Hello everybody, Dave Neal here, stand-up comic, and we have a Love is Blind Season 4 storyline to get to. We have Zack defending himself. That's right, he's a defense lawyer, for Christ's sake. Of course he's going to defend himself. He said there's a scandal surrounding him. He's been accused of plagiarism, and he has the proof that shows he didn't do it. You know, we cover Bachelor news, and so many times there's an edit, and they have a contestant saying, that's not what happened, but we never know what the true story is because the show is so tight-lipped with their actual edit and the behind-the-scenes footage we don't get to see. In this case, Zack comes up with the footage, which just goes to show how chill Love is Blind is, that Love is Blind producers would give him the chance to vindicate himself. Follow me on Instagram at DNeals for stand-up show updates. I have a show tonight in downtown Los Angeles, and also patreon.com/DaveNeal if you want behind-the-scenes content like full stand-up comedy shows and things like that all over there. And every afternoon, Bachelor Rush Hour, the afternoon podcast, combines all your entertainment news in one place, bachelorrushhour.com. So he says the scandal is false, and we ask, what is the scandal? Well, we're going to cover it for you right now. Here's a video that Zack made just a couple days ago. Bombshell alert, he says. And he's heating up the water there, boiling it to share the tea. And he says, I found the receipts. So there Zack is. He's got the receipts. Hey, who knows? Maybe he used his a strongly worded legal letter to get the receipts. He says, bombshell alert, Love is Blind enthusiasts. I have exclusive, never-before-seen footage from the pods that will blow the lid off a recent scandal. And when we look at the scandal, this is it. Zack from Love is Blind claiming this song as his own that he wrote for Irina makes his performance arguably worse.
So I wrote you a song.
The only thing that could make this more cringy is if he didn't write the song. Just wait.
I was aching, breaking down the bluest sky, the blues had...
You got to give these, you got to give these contestants credit because they're in these pods hours a day. You're hungry, they're sleep deprived. Like we just, you know what I mean? You got to look at it like you give the guy a break here. So here's the song. So this obviously went viral here that Zack was accused of stealing the lyrics of a song by Ludo and then making that song, like changing the lyrics around a little bit to fit Love is Blind. So that was the accusation. And again, some more people had posted this. All right, so hey, good on the internet, I guess, for coming up with a gotcha moment. But we know Zack, like anybody, wouldn't want to stand for being mischaracterized. So where are the receipts? Zack, show us. Zack, here it is.
Hey guys, it's Zack from Love is Blind here. And there has been a scandal surrounding me. Zack Wojtowski, the plagiarist, the thief.
We all know Zack, the guy who painfully proposed with lyrics that he stole and claimed were his.
Zack's a liar and a thief.
So I wrote you a song.
Got your ass, Zack.
They started from some well-intended fans of my of one of my favorite bands, and it's kind of snowballed.
So here we have articles. Love is Blind, Season 4, Zack Wojtowski caught an embarrassing lie. Screen Rant, the Pulitzer-winning, journalism there. And then more articles and this and that. So I'm new to this story, guys, because I just started covering Love is Blind this week, so I didn't know there was a plagiarism issue here.
I have for you here exclusive, never before seen footage from the pods in one of the most embarrassing moments of my life, but not because I plagiarized the song. Here's the footage.
I wrote you a song. Aww. It's not an original. It's one of my favorite songs.
All right, so I love this. First of all, the footage is amazing in that it's not, because I like Love is Blind, but they do that tracking thing where they actually are inserting foreground. They're putting like fake lights in the foreground. It looks good, and I think they're trying to give off this aura of voyeuristic intrigue, oh, we're watching in on this. But here's the unedited version, just a single shot of him admitting it's not an original song.
From one of my favorite bands, but I have changed around the lyrics a little bit for you.
Check out Ludo.
There it is.
They're a phenomenal band, and they have really great music. It's one of my favorite bands. Oh, And yeah, I have some more receipts too.
There it is. See you on April 16th live. All right, very nice. And this is such a smart way. Like Love is Blind, they must have younger producers here. Love is Blind using things like this to drum up the hype for the actual things that matter, you know, the actual tea, is nice. And maybe he had to plead with him to be like, look, you know, it's one thing to edit. It's one thing to edit someone's words for the sake of, you know, shortening it. But I don't know if you guys know this. I made a video on my other channel last year that went super viral, a couple million views, whatever, super viral, where I called out NBC News for editing an interview in multiple different ways to tell their audience multiple different stories. They told their audience one version of the story on the Today Show and a different version on Dateline using the same interview. And some people said, well, they edited it because it was shorter. No, no, no. They edited it just like they do on the dating shows to tell a story, right? They're not like, all right, well, we need to save 2 seconds, so we have to cut out the part where he claimed it's not an original. No, they wanted it to look like he wrote this cringeworthy song. And of course, it's damaging. It's damaging because you look like a fool. And also, as a lawyer, to look like a plagiarist, you know, that's damaging to his career. So I'm sure he called the producers or someone and talked to me like, look, it's one thing to edit me singing a stupid song. I get it. But you can't. This is not in good faith, and good on them. Although, you know, a lot of times people would rather, you know, a lot of times the news people consume, it's what they first heard, not what, you know, not the update. So, you know, a little bit of a repairing of his image. Now, because we have a couple more minutes in this video, you know, I like to get my videos to be around 10 to 12 minutes. We have Hanging with the Hamiltons. So the original Love is Blind cast members that are still together explaining what it's like being married now for, can you believe it, 4.5 years.
Question 2, and I got my paper here, y'all. So I really thought this out. How do we get cast? We get asked this all the time. Lauren and I did not apply for casting. Casting from Kinetic reached out to us and cast us for this show. Now for me, it came in the form of a text message. I ignored the text message at first. I thought it was kind of shady. 2 weeks later, I get a voicemail from casting. I call them back. They tell me about the premise of the show. You're talking to a stranger for 2 weeks through a wall, and then you get to decide if you want to propose. I'm like, who would be crazy enough to propose to someone after talking to them for 2 weeks through a wall? Obviously, that was me. So as I'm going through this casting process, I started to get more invested. And by the way, a lot of people have this misconception that I went on Love is Blind, like really wanting to get married, like thinking that this was my chance to get married. But in fact, that wasn't it at all. I thought that this was going to be a fun 2-week vacation from my corporate job, that I'd get to date these women, you know, they'd probably be really exciting, and I maybe would get to see myself on the episodes for like 5 seconds in the background, whatever. But obviously it turned out to be way more than that, and I am very, very grateful for that. Now, as I'm going through this casting process, I started to get more mentally invested in being on the show, because at first it's like, I'll just fill out the casting application, you know, and kind of jump through the hoops. And then the more I did it, the more I was getting invested in the show, to the point where I felt like fate was like really pulling me for the show. I felt like something was really telling me that I needed to do this show. A big one that we always get asked is, how real is the show? How real is Love is Blind? First of all, there's absolutely no scripting involved. A lot of people have this misconception that reality TV is scripted, it's very contrived, and that may be the case for some reality shows, but that was not the case for us at all. There was absolutely no type of script. All the conversations that we had were spontaneous and organic.
All right, I believe it. And you can go check out Hanging with the Hamiltons. Look at that, 700,000 subscribers. So good for them. Yeah, I feel like it's been discussed in the different forums that the early seasons of Love is Blind have received a huge Instagram following, but the later seasons haven't really. And of course, we saw the same thing with Bachelor. Oh, you know, but nowadays TikTok's really taken off, so a lot of people are split between TikTok and Instagram. But either way, good to see Zack defending himself, and so excited to see how it all plays out. tonight, Friday night, Good Friday, we will get our new dump of episodes. I will have a recap up tomorrow morning, so make sure you are subscribed for that. And also, we will be going live on the following Sunday after the live reunion show. Netflix is going to be doing a live reunion show. We will be live right after that ends, and we will discuss it and all the gossip and drama and all that stuff. So make sure to subscribe to get on that. And if you want to put some bread in the tip jar, go to patreon.com/Dave Neal and subscribe to the behind the scenes content. All right, folks, have a great weekend. We'll see you later.